The To Be Determined Show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Runner, Fast Eddie Lane, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
The views and opinions expressed by the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, are of my own and no one else, nor do they reflect Beyond Ringside. So, ladies and gentlemen, due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The To Be Determined Show. We're back. We're live. ProWrestlingRadio.net as well as BeyondRingside.com. I am the Oracle of Ominous, the architect of intellect, the Wicked Nemesis. And joining is my producer extraordinaire, host, owner of this very website, Magic City. How you doing this evening?
I am herewith nominating the person who developed the chemical equation known as Crown Vanilla for president. That's all I'm going to say.
Make Crown great again.
Yes.
And to my left is my much better half and my producer in my life, one and only Angie Nemesis. Angie, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm getting in the Christmas spirit. So,
our guest this evening, we spoke about a match that's going on this Saturday at GCW Pell City.
just a little one.
Just a little one.
Itty bitty.
The main event.
Just the main.
So since Eddie runs this website, and just to let everyone know, and I hope everyone's listening, I am shit-faced drunk.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's pulling back the curtain, but this guy could not fucking suck a dick to get on GCW.
Oh, Lord.
For whatever reason, could not get on GCW. Now here he is in what's going to be quite possibly match of the year against the greatest worker that has ever come through GCW. And there's been a lot. And I'm kin to one of them, Joshua Hagan. I'm not kin Joshua Hagan because my dick's about his big, but I'm 6 inches taller than him, at least, without the money. A man that is one of the best and up-and-coming guys in professional wrestling. This guy's like my son. He really is. I told my son 2.5 hours ago that this quite possibly, besides Double A Aiden Andrews, could be his brother. This guy has busted his ass. He has made a name for himself outside of every promotion that you can think of, and then went to every promotion you can name, and then did work. A man that has put in every bit of blood, sweat, and tears as the next man, and then some. Say what you want to about him, but he is the prodigal son, Charles Zanders. Zanders, how you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing great, all things considering. I've never been introduced in that way. Eddie, have you ever heard an introduction like that?
That would be, well, with the exception that one time I was actually introduced by Charles Manson. No, not really.
So I'm going to get right down to business. I was listening to GCW radio. Actually, today I didn't get to hear it live. but I was listening to it while I was at work, and I heard a lot of interesting points that O'Hagan made, and Dan kind of weighed in, and yeah, I requested this as soon as I heard what all was said. I requested Wick to let me on the show tonight, and I appreciate y'all having me here. Now, I'm going to make this really clear, and I don't want this to be an interview. I don't want this to. I want this to be like as real as I can get on this. I'm going to say like complete and total disrespect that I felt coming from O'Hagan is upsetting because he's a scumbag, yes, but then again he's O'Hagan. We kind of just expect him to be a scumbag, but he's never disrespectful. I don't believe. I felt unbelievably disrespected, and I felt like the underdog isn't like a statement that is used regularly with me, but never disrespected. So I've came out here, and I've been thinking a lot because I've kind of considered a white meat baby face, and I've understood what that is. I mean, I understand where my role is in wrestling, but I refuse to be looked down on. I refuse to be looked past. So, y'all, O'Hagan said something that I agree with for once, though, because Wick said this, and I've heard, that y'all are expecting it to be the match of the night or match of the year candidate. It's not. O'Hagan said that last night. I am going to beat him like the bitch that he is. I am going to bloody him. I am going to break his arms. I'm going to break his spirit. And he might, I don't know what's going to happen. I can get disqualified for both falls. I'm perfectly okay with that. But he will respect me by the end of the night. I can promise.
Charles Andrews, I agree with you on certain parts of that. There is no way in fuck that you're getting disqualified on both of these falls. I will hit the goddamn ring. Absolutely not, because guess what? You have worked your fucking ass off for this. Let me tell you something. I like Josh. Josh, he comes in, says this funny shit. He definitely dropped wisdom. My thing was this. He was very, what did I say? Flippant. He's very flippant. This is when I sober. He's very flippant of you.
Yeah.
And my thing is this. Joshua Hagan has been in the ring with me. Joshua Hagan took me seriously. I'm a manager. Yes, I may hit harder than Charles Anders. Charles Anders is a fucking workhorse. So why I say this is going to be match of the night, Charles, is for this. And why it's going to be match of the year candidate. You have something that a lot of people think that they have, but they don't. It's called pride.
Yep.
A lot of times it's fuck pride.
Yeah.
You have worked your ass off. Yep. One thing is to prove a point. Another thing is to prove a point and rub it in somebody's fucking face. When you win that title Saturday night, it's no disrespect to anybody. I'm going to jump off that goddamn fucking table. I'm going to hoist you up like the goddamn fucking hero you are. Because no matter what, there's a lot of dark in this business. There's a lot of dark. You're light.
Yep.
You're the fucking light.
Amen.
That's what's missing in this business. People want to be. They want to be that gray area. Guess what? You're not it. No matter how anybody books you, you're super positive. You are the big homie, but yet they still try to lowbrow you.
Yeah.
I know that. Angie knows that.
Yep.
The people that are smart in this business know that. That's why people like Jack Moore never book you. Because they can only end up being commissioner because they can't fucking run a business. And that's why you're getting booked in other places and working and doing stuff for Ring of Honor. Because guess what? Walk your ass up, you're still the light in the dark.
Yep. Well, I'm going to say this about O'Hagan, and he's always been pretty quick to say clever stuff, and I mean you can be clever all you want, but once you get punched in the mouth, that cleverness goes right out the window. My favorite quote of all time is, "Let me know how being clever works out for you." Now, out of all that cleverness, you see a lot of bullies and stuff like that think they're clever. Generally, it's out of fear. And I saw in his eyes, I'll rewatch that video about 4 or 5 times since it came out. I've watched in his eyes when I kicked out, and it was fear. He can't beat me clean. He knows that when it comes down to it, I'm going to kick out. I am going to find a way. He is going to have to leave me incapacitated in that ring for me to give up. I will not quit, and I'm never going to quit. And he can think that he's got this middleweight for the rest of his life, and he can, they can bury him in the ring with a belt. Well, the end of his life might be Saturday then.
It might be, but guess what? You don't have to come on and tell us that. You don't have to convince yourself. Let me tell you something. This match is already sold.
Yep.
What I want to know, Charles Anders, is where your head is. Because usually Joshua Hagan already has somebody beat before they get in the ring. You and I speak. I don't manage you. Because people fucking know better than that. But you and I speak. You are my fucking blood. Blood in, blood out. So I want to know, where is your mind in this match? Because guess what? No matter how many titles you've held, you held a prominent fucking tag team title with Ace Haven. This is your first singles title. It will fucking mean something if you win.
It's I've never, and I could say this truthfully, and I have never felt more confident in my abilities. In my life, I was talking to the world's strongest bag toter tonight, and I told him I have never felt stronger. I have never felt more mentally focused on anything in my life. I have prepared myself for every situation. I have prepared, and when you're mentally prepared for a situation, it's instinct at that point. It's instinct to kick out. It's instinct to find a rope. It's instinct to punch someone in the mouth. It's second nature. It's like breathing. I have been mentally preparing myself for this match since our last match. Because I was screwed, and I mean this truthfully, screwed out of a title shot. Whether Bernie was in position or not, I was screwed by the Brotherhood, not by O'Hagan, by a group of people, a faction, whatever the hell you want to call them. I was screwed out of easy because we all saw I had him beat. I am emotionally, mentally, and physically prepared to beat his ass all over Pell City, Alabama.
I can't wait for that.
You have been preparing for this match, and you didn't even know it when you and Ace Haven got together. Hashtag trending now.
Yes.
You had no idea. You and I have spoken about what it meant to even for you to be booked at GCW. For you to have this match, you have been preparing for this. When you were in the steel cage at Peach State, nobody anything minus the finish of that match and your fucking spot. That was you saying, hello, I'm Charles Anders. At GCW, you have gained a little thing called charisma. And from that moment, from the moment that you fucking had your first match with Joshua Hagan, we all have watched your character grow. And I'm not going to use your shoot name because I'm not a douchebag. I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
So we have watched, yeah, I fucking said it. You have grown as a gimmick, as a character. You are starting to learn what it's like to be a worker. You're not a worker. You're learning what it's like. You're gaining a foundation to become a worker. everything you've done since you and fucking Ace Haven got together at Peach State Wrestling Alliance, January 7th, Carrollton, Georgia,
Yes.
is building to this Saturday at GCW, and you didn't even know it. And you talk about the world's strongest back man. That man is Steven Santiago, a man that should be getting ass in the goddamn fucking ring and fucking training, Steven. Get your fucking ass in the ring, you motherfucker. You outlift half the motherfuckers that think they want to put advice up on Facebook, yet your ass won't fucking train. These motherfuckers putting shit up on Facebook. I hadn't even had a goddamn fucking coffee and fucking wrestling, putting advice up like you somebody. Steven Santiago can fucking outlift you. Anyways, I'm sorry. This Saturday, Hill City Civic Center. Your main event is a 2 out of 3
Main
falls.
event.
Jesus Christ.
The main event.
Yeah,
not, sir.
Charles,
Yes.
remember those 2 words that he has said 3 times that I'm going to say again that Angie has said also. The main event.
Not Cahagas against Spiral, which would be a main event in any goddamn fucking situation you put it in.
True.
Not World Tag Team titles.
True.
Yep.
Not Micah
Well,
against anybody at GCW.
Dark Fury.
You. Who gives a fuck?
Well,
You
here's
against
the
Josh
thing.
Hagan.
Joshua O'Hagan has he stated last night that this is my first main event, but I've earned the right to have this first main event. This has not been something that is given to me. And I will truthfully say this: nothing in professional wrestling has ever been given to me. People have had the athletic abilities. I might have a little bit of athleticism, but it's my determination that has gotten me where I was. I wasn't given a chance whenever I came into GCW. I wasn't given a chance at Peach State. I wasn't given a chance at Pro South. I was a Mickey Henry boy that they were going to run out of town to show that they were Billy Badasses in the professional wrestling business. My determination, my drive has gotten me where I am.
I'm sorry.
We
We're-
just like,
we're
hey,
amen
Mindy,
and-
bro. We like, yes, tell them about it.
I mean, it was great because I wasn't given anything, and it sucks at the same time because I'd have loved to have been given something, but I've earned every ounce of even the slightest respect that I've been given.
Wait, Charles.
Man. Yes.
Charles, you said you haven't been given anything?
Yes.
So you're going to deny the clap from that purple-headed girl about a month ago?
Ah!
Well, I mean, that wasn't given. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. Is this an interview? I can't share personal stories. What?
Hey, it made it on Twitter.
Oh, did it? I don't check my Twitter enough. I guess I should be doing that.
At Prodigal Xanders on Twitter, by the way, kids.
Yes.
Do me a favor. I'm going to steal it out from Monday for a hot second.
By all means.
And if you listened last night, you heard, and Wick and Angie remember, that I was going to hold my synopsis on this one until tonight.
Okay. Yes, I'm excited to hear it all.
Because I did not want to get involved in all the back and forth that was going on. I have developed... Okay. This ain't Fast Eddie Lane. This is not the associate commissioner or the special liaison for GCW. This is not part of the broadcast team. This is me. Captain Bebop and bullshit. Actually, that should be Rear Admiral, but unfortunately, I got demoted. Not demoted, demoted. When I first met you, I saw something. Wick used the word positivity. I agree to that 100%. You have what I have seen, and this is not blowing smoke up your ass, this is real. You have a genuine air about you that is sorely missing from a lot of people in the world of pro wrestling. I know you get ticked, torqued, irked, upset, angry, agitated, whatever word you want to use at times. But I've also seen you shove that to the back and maintain an air of professionalism. And I commend you for that. I have watched you in ring training sessions. I have watched you perform in ring. Kid, you're doing damn good.
Well, I appreciate it.
This
it's humbling to hear that from y'all. It really is. And I'm trying not to come off as too arrogant, but I am overly confident in myself. I've never felt stronger. I've been doing everything correctly.
By the
And
way,
while it's humbling to hear that, I appreciate it. I really do.
and by the way, I did get a memo from the people who run the VFW Fairgrounds. They do want you to replace the ceiling after that jump in survival games.
Well, they're just gonna have to bill me.
They're going to have to go ahead and just put a higher ceiling on that sumbitch is what they're going to have to do.
Yeah,
Kid.
that's not my problem.
Kid, that was better than Rick Steamboat Air.
Hey, I will take that all day long. And I'm hoping that, I'm not hoping. I promise that will not be the benchmark in my career. That will not be my one shining moment. That will not be my one-hit wonder. I have a lot more to offer the pro wrestling business, and I'm only going to get better because I refuse to get worse.
Well, here's the thing that I wasn't going to say last night that I will say right now. And Josh, I know you're listening. I will probably get a text message about this in a few minutes.
Good. I hope so.
Me too.
Charles, the reason why O'Hagan took things in the direction that he did last night is because he does see a bit of himself in you. O'Hagan has never been the biggest dog in the fight, but he's had the biggest heart. Heel or face, doesn't matter. He has had heart for days. You are not the biggest dog in the fight. You probably won't be, unless, of course, you're facing off against Ace. And then you make up for that.
Oh, my God.
What? Just kidding.
Did you determine, Joe? Eddie pays the bills, so go fuck yourself.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
Like, get me off there, motherfucker. Unless this motherfucker right here talking saying shit. Shit.
Ace knows I love him to death, and he knows I was ribbing on that one.
Go fuck yourself.
You forgot to put the word San Diego at the end of that.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you.
Hold on. Do me a favor. Let me finish this little part. Seriously.
Go ahead.
Okay, write it down. Trust me, I'll be ready for it at the end of this. O'Hagan hasn't been given or wasn't given anything in the early part of his run, whether it be as a referee, whether it be part of the ZWO. He busted his ass every time he got into the ring. He built his rep. Charles, I've watched you in different companies. You don't ask for anything. You take it and you earn it. You go out there and you do everything possible to steal the show in a safe, responsible, and athletic manner. I see a lot of a younger O'Hagan in you. That is why I'm sure Josh sees the same thing. That's why. Because he was constantly told, I'm going to make this a clinic. I'm going to take you from pillar to post. I'm going to whip your ass, and there's no way in hell you're going to get this title. Because he was told the same thing. This Saturday night, Pell City, Seasons Beatings, 2 out of 3 falls for the middleweight title. This is not just an opportunity for singles gold. This is an opportunity for you and O'Hagan to tell all of the critics, all of the naysayers, all of the people, A, that ran him down in the early phase of his career, and they're B, running you down in the early phase of your career. This is your chance to tell those people to go fuck themselves. Because you...
Andrew called it.
Yes!
Andrew called it.
I
Andrew's
did.
like, he's about to say fuck.
I said, I hope you take it.
She
But
did.
yeah, you're absolutely
She did.
right, Eddie.
Yes.
You're absolutely
You are right.
Because the fact of the matter stands, win, lose, or draw in this one, I'm not going to make a prediction. I refuse to.
Have to.
Nope.
Don't have to.
Everybody that pays the
Hell
ticket
of
is going to fucking. That's it.
Because the two of you know. Look who else is on this card that night. Tag team championship match. Dog, Bull, Mudbone, Mystic. Night Prowler. Ladies tag team match. 4 beautiful women who know how to wrestle.
Yeah.
You have an international showcase between Spiral, a person who has had match of the year candidates for the last 2 years running, and an international star, former NWA world champion, the Tokyo Monster Kahagas. You've got the Pride of the Pacific, Micah Taylor, and Dark Fury. Let me tell you something. Dark Fury is another one that everybody better be effing watching out for, because this kid's got an IT factor to him.
I agree with you, Eddie. I like that kid.
And
He is good.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about Michael Steele and Frankie Chiazzo.
God.
Wow.
Francisco Chiazzo. That's going to be another hellacious match. And kid, you're in the main frickin' event. Look down the rest of that card. And I know I missed a match, and I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to Dylan Cook, Mike Posey.
Yeah, Dylan
Oh,
Cook,
shit. Dylan Cook and Mike Posey. Oh, shit. Wick said it last night. Mike Posey brings out the best in Dylan Cook. And you and O'Hagan are on the main event.
Yep.
I'm not going to.
And
I'm not trying to shake you. What I'm trying to do is tell you the God's honest truth about how my mind would be if I'm in your shoes. Let's go tear the effing house down.
You can say it.
and no offense to Spiral. Spiral's amazing, and Wick, you're his master, so you can pass this message along. Match of the year is not going to be his this year. It's going to be mine. It is. I am, and you said it best. I am prideful, and I refuse to let anyone one up me. I refuse to do it. And the naysayers, and even for O'Hagan's standpoint, because I understand O'Hagan's career. I've had conversations with him before, a month past, where I've talked to him about his career, and I understand what he had to go through, the same thing I'm having to go through. And I'm sure this is an initiation by fire, and I'm sure he's trying to see my testicular fortitude on this. But I will make people respect me. I have spent my entire life making people respect me, not because of my name, not because of anything, except for my determination, my will, my good nature, and my competitive spirit. Good nature or not, I am ready for a fight. I am ready for it to be the main event in Pell City, Alabama, this Saturday night. I am ready, 100%, Eddie, and I'm not shaking. I want people to understand this. I've been nervous before. I have been beaten and bruised before. I am not nervous. I know what nervousness feels like. I might be a little anxious, but nervousness is not something I am right now.
Let me do one other thing. I promised last night also that I would give keys. Josh, like I said, I know my phone's about to go off in a couple minutes or when you hear the replay on this. For O'Hagan, maintain a level head, but stay close to that edge, because when Josh is determined and focused and angry, he sets a pace that's hard to match. 2, he is a great striker. He does have a strong mixed martial arts background. He's not afraid to use it. If he manages to set the distance and establish that gap early, he can control that distance. Number 3, his unpredictability because of his own natural agility. Josh is a former breakdancer, my ass. He is a very accomplished dancer. He knows how to be light on his feet and continue to move. And he has to use that experience, but in this case, in a time warp mirror, Charles Zanders, number 1, set the tempo early. You know how to set a fast break offense in place. I've watched it, whether in singles or in tag. You know how to set that fast break. You have to set the tempo and keep O'Hagan off balance. 2, understand there's a time to go to the air and a time to keep it on the ground. 3, and most importantly, watch your timing. Because if O'Hagan sees the least little bit of a pattern, he can break it down. So you're going to have to maintain a certain air of switching gears on the fly. Both of you, those keys in particular, like I said, I'm playing Curb Street on this one because I'm calling the home game. That's what I see as the primary keys right there. Wick?
Now I'm going to say this. Charles Sanders, how many seminars have you been a part of?
The past 2 years, I'm going to say at least 5.
Goddamn.
You meant 11.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah, dude. Dude, you slacking. So, anyways, how much do you think you spent on seminars?
How much what now?
How much do you think you spent on seminars?
Spent on seminars? Ooh, that's a little bit higher of a number. I probably spent $400-500 in the past probably year and a half.
There you
So,
go. That's right.
this Saturday, you're getting paid to be in your best seminar yet. Now, I've done probably,
Right.
now I have done probably 50 seminars, and next month, to this day, it'll be 11 years I've been in the business. I've done about 50 fucking seminars, no lie. I've spent,
I did the
probably-
Jim Cornette seminar.
yes,
I didn't mean to, but I did.
and then Eddie wouldn't let you talk to Jim Cornette.
What?
I have spent probably maybe $500-600. This match,
I've spent a lot on those. The seminars I've went to have been overly expensive, but well worth the knowledge.
and so
Well,
but
that's
guess
what
what?
you do. You say
Guess
that
what?
shit for the good one.
Eventually,
Yeah.
you'll get to a seminar when you walk behind Antonio Cesaro, guys like that, and you just walk in like you're supposed to be there, and nobody asks you for money.
That's
But-
right.
It can happen.
Thank you, Jim
But-
Cornette.
Yeah. But this Saturday,
Sorry, I snorted.
you're going to be in the seminar of your life. You know that. I know that. Josh knows that. Joshua Hagan, one of those guys that, he will push you to your limits. Here's the thing. Most of the time, Josh is in the mind of these guys. Not this time. Josh knows. Josh, you're a worker.
Yeah.
You're amazing. Guess what? This time, you're on the defensive.
And that's my thing about this match. To me, like, of course, everybody can look and see the physical status of Joshua Hagan and Charles Anders. Jesus Christ. But Josh's offense is just cerebral. It's just to get in somebody's head. And it's like he said, and Charles has stated, it's not happening this time. So I'm so excited. I'm super excited for this match. I can't wait to see it all unfold and happen. And super good.
Well, we're not gonna. I'm not gonna disappoint. There might be a disappointing by the end of the night, but I go in. I honestly would like for this match to be over in 5 minutes. I'd like to beat him that badly. I'm hoping y'all have the shortest commentary job of all evening. I hope y'all walk away and say, "Well, that was an easy." I'm gonna say y'all are worth 2,000 each. Yes, I can blow it up for your asses.
Well, I hope not, because nobody paid to see that. This isn't the Mike Tyson fight. I don't know.
This ain't a Ronda Rousey fight. Hell, what you talking about?
There's 42 matches on the card. At least go 8 minutes.
He went there. You know there's going to be another match added, by the way. Wick's going to come out with a chair going, speed it up, motherfuckers.
God, I'm going to hit the fucking liaison.
Well, thankfully, it'll be cool at night, so he won't be hopefully sweating as badly. That tends to be worse when it's the
Hey,
heat is
well,
on.
hold on.
The
And
heat
after
is
it-
on.
Yes, the time before that, I sweated my ass off. This past time, I do apologize for everybody for commentary. Like, there was a lot of stuff going on with
You can say it.
Eddie and Eddie. Like, I realized very quickly that serious issues were at hand, and to me, as a friend of Eddie, I instantly got flustered, and at one point, I swear to fucking God, man, lightning fucking strike me dead. I told
No, dude,
Angie,
she ain't-
I told Angie, I said, Angie, I
Get up
mouthed to
here.
her, get up here.
And I started shaking my head. No.
And I'm not Eddie. I'm not trying to make light of the situation.
No,
Like,
I-
I
No,
was
no,
like,
you're fine,
I
you're
know
fine.
that somebody-
But yeah, that was
I was just like, oh my God.
it was a different
So-
it was a different event
So
for sure.
I do apologize, everybody. I do apologize to Dan. who pays my bills.
Yeah.
I know we're filled by Curtis, not Jack Lord. I apologize for that, but still, like, that was one of those situations. I was worried about what was going on to my right instead of what was in front of me.
Well, I do have to. I'm very appreciative, and like I said, I've been very meticulous in the words that I've chosen over the last month or so. Coming out of Bama Bash, or as it unfolded, and some people know, other people don't. About one half the way through the show, my phone goes off, and it is Cindy, part of the tribe. You know, a lot of people know that I jokingly refer to her as her. It was her sending me a message going, "There's a problem with Dad," and with my father having dealt with everything during that up to that moment, from a reemergence of cancer, enlargement of the lymphatic system, pneumonia in his right lung, C. diff bacterial infection, had a fold in his bowel and a tear in his bowel to where they had to open him up. They had kept him on a freaking... I'm going to start getting pissed in a minute now. Thank you, Shelby Memorial Baptist Hospital. And I mean that sincerely, too, by the way. But when Cindy said that Dad had taken a south turn, it's gone like, boom. Somebody kicked me in the nuts. Figuratively, physically, mule kicked. And Wick, Angie, and myself are very close. I consider Wick and Angie to be family. I say that in public and in private. I'll even say it in front of a Senate subcommittee next time. They better have frickin' bar open next time I go up there, by the way. But, and same thing, you know, we had Whitney Lee on the right-hand side of the stage. She was, I'm trying to help gun the music and the bell and everything else, and she saw, everybody knew that I was shaking. Well, word got back to the locker room that things had gone nuts, that my father had taken a southbound turn. I'm going to pull back the curtain for a hot second. Just about the entire freaking roster came up to the sound stage and helped me tear down and get out the door in record time, for which I am so appreciative, because, you know, it's through the adversity and the trials and tribulations that you genuinely find out who's on your side. And that night I found out that I had more allies than I ever dreamt of, and more friends than I really realized that I had. And I appreciate everybody coming together like that to help. I mean, a couple of the people who really didn't know me that well, it's like, where do I put this? Where do I put this? Let's get it outside. Come on, let's go. Let's get him on the road. And so that's why, because I had been so visibly shaken, and Wick was worried about me, because it's just kind of like the air left my lungs. That's how much it hit. And Wick picked up the slack and took it to the house, and I tried to come in where I was able to, when I was able to get my head back together. But I haven't really relayed that story too much, because everybody knows my father passed away a few Mondays ago, and we've since laid him to rest the day after Thanksgiving. And it's been a tumultuous ride for me, but I'm going to sit back and say this. I'm glad I worked Bama Bash November for GCW, just like I'm glad that I worked Peach State this past Saturday, as well as Buffalo Wild Wings, because everything has been a great release and an escape for me. And I'm going to say this on air, for everybody in Pell City, there will be a post-show party at Killing Time on Highway 70 in the middle of frickin' Pell City. So after that show's over with, we're going to sit back, have a shot or two, and really butcher a couple of songs. Yeah. But seriously, though, Wick, Angie, once again, I appreciate you more than I will ever let on, and I appreciate you more than you know. Charles, I have come to respect you so much, and I appreciate you more than I will ever let on. And now I'm going to shut up and drink a bottle of water.
Aww.
I will say this, big shout out to Teddy Tutwiler III. I let him know what was going on. Double A, Scott Morgan, and Whitney Lee.
Whitney Lee, yeah. And Billy Schmidtke as well.
Yes, and Schmidtke as well.
Those guys were pivotal people in manning, like, getting everybody together for you, Eddie.
Teddy started telling people what to grab and to come over there. So Teddy definitely grabbed onto those horns and ran with it, and everybody, of course, deferred to Whitney on that.
Yeah,
but Charles Sanders, you and Joshua
Yes.
Hagan. Fuck that motherfucker.
I'm going to. I'm going to absolutely rip him a new asshole.
Okay.
That is about as vulgar as you will ever hear Charles Sanders get on the radio, but I'm going to. And O'Hagan, I hope you are listening. I hope if you want my cell phone number, ask Eddie. He's had to wake me up to do an interview. You will be able to find me. Oh no, I am still embarrassed about that. Eddie, I would like to say that I really do appreciate all of your your great spirit through everything. I understand it's been difficult for you, and it's not just me that's noticed it. Everyone has noticed you are a far better sport than what you have to be, and you are very underrated in the professional wrestling business.
Yep. Amen.
Thank you.
Double applause on that, sir.
You're gonna make me blush. Stop it, damn it.
Right.
We love you, Eddie. I know.
Charles, how can everyone get in touch with you, whether on social media for bookings or whether it be just for some fan mail?
Fan mail,
No.
hit me up at Wicked Nemesis address.
Lady.
He'll give it out to you later. My Facebook is going to be Charles Sanders, of course. You can message me on there. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, I promise. I have a work job that tires the shit out of me. My Twitter handle is Prodigal Sanders. You can also message me on that. I will probably not check that because I'm really bad with Twitter. But honestly, your best way to get in touch with me would be at Pell City this Saturday, and just come up and talk to me. I will probably not be in the best of moods because I'm coming in pissed because I have to win this. This is my coming out party. This is going to be me throwing down the gauntlet. It's going to be a beatdown, and it's going to be one-sided, and I will be holding a hammer. Not literally, but figuratively. So come talk to me at the shows. Come visit me at shows. I post whenever I am on a show. I post about it on my Facebook. Your best option is to just get on Facebook and then show up at the show. I'm a lot more approachable on in person than I am on Facebook.
Charles Sanders, thank you so much for coming on this evening. Everyone, if you want to put asses in seats for any promoter out there, Charles Sanders is your man. Guess what? The ladies love him, and the men want to be him.
Y'all have a great evening, guys.
We'll see you, Charles. Thank you so much, sir.
Take care, brother.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to take this first break of the evening. We're going to pay a few bills. When we come back, we're going to talk more about GCW. We're going to talk about your new Heritage Champion at Peach State right here on the To Be Determined Show, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com, where we do not support James Ellsworth.
The To Be Determined Show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Monroe, Fast Eddie Lane, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
This is 9 beers into the night, and you know you're having a wonderful evening. You know you're listening to the To Be Determined show. I am the Oracle of Ominous, the Architect of Intellect, the necessary evil, the wicked nemesis. And joining me, of course, is my much better half, Angie Nemesis.
Yes, I'm joining you.
Yes? Are you goddamn Jumping Jack Farmer? And my producer extraordinary, the Motley Crew. The Motley Crew to my Tasha Simone. Bessie Lane.
There's 100 Motley Crue song titles that I really want to put right there, but I'm just going to hold off.
Dude, if we mention Tasha one more time, oh shit.
She's going to appear.
She's going to appear.
Yay! It's been a minute.
Oh, no.
Don't Tasha to call in.
I do have to sit back and say there's another person that I genuinely miss hearing the voice of, and that would be Mad Dog Matt Denton.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes. I agree with that.
Every time we hear WCPW,
Yes.
I think, I
King Ross.
hope that Matt Denton is there at that.
Yes.
Because he deserves to be there.
He does.
I hope Daryl B keeps up with that as well.
WCPW is just...
Yes. And we totally shit on them.
We did.
We're like, the fucking
No.
Mark's putting together wrestling promotion.
Yes.
Now we're like, holy shit.
We move over. And they
just had Matt Hardy there.
put on a great
Oh,
event.
there's Bully Ray.
Yeah.
There's Joe Hendry. We know Marty Skrull, Joe Hendry. We know the fucking the Strong Style Syndicate.
Oh my
We know
God.
the Sword of Essex
Dave
because
Williams.
of them. Doug Williams.
Doug Williams.
I know
Doug
him.
Williams.
But he's done amazing work. Mr. Brexit. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
just...
So James Ellsworth, fuck him. Eddie, your thoughts?
Not a fan. Really not. I mean, they're trying to do a really off-the-wall comedy angle with this whole scenario, and in the process, the one who's actually winning in this whole damn thing is James Ellsworth. You've got so much talent in the back right now on SmackDown. I'm just really wondering how in the mortal hell they're putting this together. But overall scenario, I mean, look, it doesn't... The one thing that I have to keep in perspective, in the world of professional wrestling, the most least likely person can end up snatching a spotlight if they're not careful. And in this particular circumstance, look, I'm not a fan of the storyline. I'm just really still, my jury is like, what the hell are we watching? But by the same token, I got to congratulate James Ellsworth. Dude, with all due respect to the whole situation, he's getting paid by the WWE, and he's getting camera time.
Well, my thing... Oh, look, we've discussed this. Angie, your thoughts on this before I go off.
I'm in total agreement with Eddie. Like, okay, James Ellsworth. He looks like God forgot to give him a chin and gave him an extra butt crack.
Chance McMahon.
Chintz McMahon, yes. He sells, he bumps like insanely good.
So is Corey Hollis.
He gives an insane super kick. However, that's his only.
Yes,
that's
there it is. There it is. You just did it.
His only everything. That's all he's got. Okay, if that's what you want to see in a wrestling event, and you want to pay $50 to sit in the crowd and watch that shit, to watch some ugly chinless fuck bump and feed and give a super kick and get undeserved attention and whatever, when there are Corey Hollises in
Okay.
the back who can go out and have a freaking Iron Man match, who would kill it. That hurts my feelings so bad. Like, I totally shit on this Ellsworth stuff. I'll just say that.
I have to do this, and you gave me the lead in for especially mentioning Corey Hollis.
Yes,
you
sir.
son of a bitch, you better hurry up. I'm about to explode.
Here is a kicker for everybody who has sat back over the years and said, that should have been me.
Yeah.
James Ellsworth just stole your spotlight.
Yeah.
For everybody who's been told you'll never make it to the WWE, James Ellsworth did. It could have been you. Now, for everybody out there who takes this seriously, gets in the gym and works out and trains 4, 5, 6 days a week for a couple hours a day.
Aiden Andrews.
Yep. Corey Hollis.
Yep.
For everybody who thinks that they didn't have a chance, James Ellsworth should be living frickin' proof that you need to continue to push yourself, polish yourself, and grow in this business, and send in tapes every damn week of a match of a good match that you're in. Because with 205 Live, with NXT, and everything that's happening right now, if you don't send in a tape, Eddie, you're an idiot. No, I had my chance years ago, courtesy of Triple H himself. I've told you that story.
Yes, you have, sir.
I've told you that story, and it's because my own yellow streak grew to the size of Texas that I didn't do it, and that's my fault. But for everybody right now, you've been in this business a couple of years. You're hearing people tell you good things. They're patting you on the back. You better be videotaping your damn matches, and you better put them together with a resume and send them down to the Performance Center. Send them up to Stamford, Connecticut, because next time around, it could be you.
That's true.
Wick, go for it.
Nope, I'm going to tell everybody right now. I have not had a chance to go off on this yet due to unforeseen circumstances. So I will say this. You can hit the clock now. Now, when it comes to guys that have busted their ass, James Ellsworth, a great bumper. He is in the shades of Barry Horowitz, if not the best jobber of the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Matt Bourne also was a great jobber. He wouldn't admit it while he was alive, but he was. Now, James Ellsworth took it upon himself to go to all these different cities. If you continuously send in emails, if you spend the money to go to multiple cities, and that's what it's about. It's not just about if they come to my city, if they go to Atlanta, if they go to Birmingham.
And let us not forget, he owns his own promotion.
Yes,
he does.
But he also put in time beforehand,
of course,
and then put in his own money to go to multiple cities.
He did.
The more they see you, the more they will remember you.
Yep.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Now, Lance Storm said it best, so I will say what he said. Even though you and I both said this, I said it out in a bunch of expletives. When a storyline overshadows your belt, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
The fact that he beat AJ Styles even once is unfathomable. AJ Styles, right now, arguably the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah. And out with an ankle injury.
All he's done with James Ellsworth meant nothing. It was out 3 weeks beforehand that James Ellsworth had already been signed to a contract.
Yeah.
It was everywhere. Even without me being on social media, I still knew that James Ellsworth had been signed because everybody was fucking talking about it. Yet you have him in a match. You have AJ and him in a match, and you have AJ Styles get wrapped up in a TLC match that James Ellsworth wins going into a TLC pay-per-view. So you're telling me anybody can win a TLC match? That's not what you want to do when you're pushing a TLC pay-per-view or whatever the fuck they call it now. The fact that James Ellsworth was even in a match like that, the fact that he went over on AJ before the TLC pay-per-view, and I know AJ retained. AJ's now injured because of that match.
Yeah, exactly. That was my point. Like, what the hell?
Everybody already knew.
What the hell for?
Everybody already knew that James Ellsworth was signed to a contract. So why even have that match? Now, you only have so many bumps in the tank. That's why I got on the Charles Anders, and that's why Charles Anders only does certain fucking bookings now. You've only got so many bumps in the tank, kid. What the fuck are you going to do? You're going to end up like Finn Balor, where you're hurt. Even though, you could say Seth Rollins is reckless, okay?
Some would say that.
You don't say that
no.
Finn Balor or Finn Balor, whatever, already hadn't taken 1,042 million bumps before he got to that, and that happened to be the bump.
And how many shows has Seth Rollins worked prior to?
There you go.
I mean, it's
you only
it
have
happens.
so many bumps in the tank.
That's right.
Use them wisely.
Yep.
So that's my thoughts on that. I think I have no fucking idea why this has been such a storyline. SmackDown has such talent.
You have Heath Slater already with that gimmick going on. The
I have
poor
kids.
guy. I have kids. You don't need a I have two hands guy.
And right now,
And blah, blah, blah.
hey,
Fuck that guy.
Hey, and right now, guess what? SmackDown is definitely doing better wrestling than Raw.
Yeah.
Well,
than Raw.
Did you catch Monday night?
No, I have not seen Monday night. I watched the main event.
The Triple Threat Tag Team? Look, I've got to give credit where credit is due, but it all comes down to the people that were inside the ring. New Day versus Rollins and Reigns versus Jericho. That was an excellent match. Yeah, it was a little spotty at times, but it's 6 people involved in a 3-way tag team match. There's going to be spots involved. There's gonna be those moments. But I've got to sit back and say this. I enjoyed that match. I'm
glad that Xavier was in it.
Say what?
I'm just glad that Xavier Woods was in it.
Yeah.
Kofi, because guess what? Everybody, and even myself, and I told Angie, I said, Xavier Woods is going to be involved in the finish. Because guess what? Usually it's Kofi and Big E. And with them pulling the kind of heelish blind tag that the referee called, that everybody was shitting on, saying that there was no tag, when anybody that saw the referee call the tag.
There was a tag.
When the referee does this,
it's
a tag. Like, I was so glad that he was involved in the finish, but I totally fucking called that at the beginning of the match.
Based on what you've seen right now for both of you, I'm going to ask this question. On Raw in particular, or for the WWE, if you were the one handing out the award for MVP, most valuable player this year, who would get it? Wick?
For Raw?
Yeah.
Who would you say? Yeah. And, hold on. Angie, go ahead.
My MVP?
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, yes.
Fuck yeah.
Charlotte would be up there. To me, it's Kevin Owens.
Thank you.
That's a great one.
Kevin Owens and Jericho.
Jericho.
Change wrestling, because right now everybody's trying to do the comedy spot. At one time, everybody was trying to copy the Broken Matt Hardy shit.
Of course.
Everybody realized there's no goddamn fucking way in hell anybody but Matt Hardy can do that gimmick.
Yeah.
And right now,
And then he's calling everybody out.
Yes, he is. Thankfully.
Beautifully.
Thank God. And
Beautifully.
Yes. Team Apocalypto. Man, if there was any God,
Oh,
they would let.
I know,
They would let.
Somebody who was it? We saw somebody tweeted about never say never.
Young Bucks.
The Bucks of
Yes,
new
the Bucks of youth. When
yes.
he said, "Just don't call us Jeremy and Nick."
Yes,
Yeah.
great.
Dude, but that's my thing. Is like, dude, Kevin Owens has been busting ass,
Yeah.
but King Ross from what culture? Eddie.
Say again.
Eddie. What culture? King Ross said this, and I agree with this. And I tell everyone, dude, I get on everybody's ass. It's a big guy that does high flying moves. Sure, you can go up and do a 450 splash. You can do a standing shooting star press at 280 pounds. Why do it? Save that for the guys that's all they can do. Kevin Owens hit a standing shooting star press in that triple threat tag. Why in the fuck do you have the cruiserweight division? You have somebody that's 265 pounds,
Right.
but Michael Cole keeps pushing it 280,
I
even
mean,
though they tell him
seriously.
265.
I mean, seriously, that's just
Why do you have the cruiserweight division? Why?
yeah.
Why?
Well, actually, I like the cruiserweight division because it gives people that normally would not be on Monday Night Raw and go over an opportunity to be on WWE programming and go over.
Eddie, you get 3 hours on Raw. You don't need to add SmackDown 205 Live or 205 Live, because guess what? Everybody's leaving. Nobody's staying for 205 Live.
I'm just saying, like, at least make it
drops off.
cruiserweight.
No, you know what you do? You get better writers. If you don't have fucking storylines to fill up 3 hours, guess what? Hire better writers.
Well, that's true.
You don't need a fucking cruiserweight division. The cruiserweight division is. We've seen some great matches. God damn it, we've seen Cedric
But
Alexander,
they're
we've seen
big
Rich
guys.
Swann,
They're big guys.
Rich
Like, I don't-
Swann. We've seen, dude, Monday night.
Yes.
Monday night, the guy that used to be on WCPW.
Yeah.
The guy that reminds us so much. What's his name?
Oh.
The gentleman. What's his name? The English guy. He came out and said he was going to interfere.
Yeah, I can't remember that guy.
And guess what? He interfered. Dude, that's fucking unlucky charm shit. That's the shit. Man, yeah. He'll come out and say, hey, I plan on interfering in this match. And then he goes up and interferes. That's exactly what the Violent Gentlemen are doing. That's gray area. That's tweener area.
Yes.
See, here's the thing. Let
Him in
me.
the cruiserweight division.
You bring up Jericho and the comedy bits that they do.
Yes.
I give every bit of the credit in the world to both of them for one simple thing. They have the personality, the intellect, and the charisma to be able to pull it off. Not everybody can. You've got so many
workers. They're workers.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
why they can do that.
Yep.
But see, here's the thing, and follow me on this one, folks. With working with Global Championship Wrestling, Peach State Wrestling Alliance, and Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment the way I do. And speaking of, once again, had a great conversation with Josh Wheeler earlier this evening. I am so looking forward to Show of the Year 3 in Atlanta at Opera Tuesday night, December 27th. Dude, I know you're not a huge fan of Josh Wheeler. We'll leave that for off air, but I'm going to lay this one out there. Main event. And I'll come back to this, I swear I will. I'll make this part short for a minute. The Kraken of the Hierarchy.
Yeah.
Uncle Murder and Do or Die Chip Day, representing the Hierarchy, in an ultimate sacrifice cage match against the Carnies. Formerly known as Team IOU, Nick, Iggy, and Kerry Awful. I will sit back and say this. I remember the first time Tasha Simone told me about Nick and Kerry. She carries a certain clout with my opinioning. And
Yes.
if she had faith in them, I would give them the benefit of the doubt and give them an opportunity to show me what they've got. Nick, Iggy, and Kerry Awful, now known as the Carnies. These two have freaking grown into, I don't know the easy way to put it. They are not just wrestlers. They are not just personalities. They have grown into a pure, true tag team package and presentation that any intelligent promoter would love to have on their show, because they will steal the effing show every time they show up. I'm not just marking out for Team IOU, the Carnies. I am sitting back telling the God's honest truth. I'm a fan of these two guys. Why? Because of their work ethic, their approach, their humility, their intelligence. I am a fan of Nick Iggy and Kerry Awful. I'm not going to do a prediction for that tag team match because I'm also a fan of Chip Day and Murder One. I'm going to sit back and say that I am going to be in hog heaven on the 27th in Atlanta at Opera behind the microphone, being able to call this match, just like I'm going to be in hog heaven this coming Saturday night in Pell City, calling that whole freaking card. Show of the Year 3 from AWE for our friends in Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee. Damn it, check it out. You will not regret it. Now, coming back to it.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You said something about it, so I'm going to have to acknowledge it.
Holy shit.
Josh Van Wheeler's a cocksucker.
Oh, I'll bet he is.
No, he's a fucking mark. Murder One
Uncle Murder.
is Uncle Murder to my kids.
Well, he
That's
said
what-
Uncle Murder and Chip Day.
Look, Murder One is Uncle Murder to my kids. Chip Day is damn near blood. His mom is one of the greatest fucking women ever created. The Carnies are the greatest. Look, every tag team out there is like, we're the best tag team. No, the fuck you're not.
Nope.
Ring of Honor, you go fuck yourselves.
I like Ring of Honor.
No, I'll never work Ring of Honor. So Bill Behrens won't get me booked there. So let me tell you this: go fuck yourselves.
Bill Behrens won't get you booked at Ring of Honor because they know you'll whip Truth Martini's ass.
No, that's not why. We'll talk about that off air.
Okay. Well, I was trying to leave some things off air.
I will reserve some dignity for that. There's another reason why. But the Carnies, for those that do not get that gimmick,
You're stupid.
Go watch Roscoe Eats Lisa.
Oh my God.
That's what he used to do.
Yeah. And then you take it up 1,000 notches.
That is what the Carnies used to do. That's what they were doing 6 and 5 years ago. Now, what the Carnies are doing now, those tag teams, if you think that your tag team is ready, no, you're not.
Nope.
Until you're able to out-wrestle Kerry Awful and Nick Iggy, you're nobody.
Good luck with that, too, by the way.
It's them and the Washington Bullets, and then there's everybody else.
Yep.
I love the Violent Gentlemen. Yep. I have stuck my neck out for those guys. Double A and Scott Morgan, amazing fucking athletes. They're not ready for those guys. Until you're ready for those guys, you'll never make it anywhere. They are the measuring stick in independent wrestling, especially in the Southeast. And guess what? In Indiana and Ohio and Kentucky and Texas and Chicago as well.
Ooh, you bring up Texas, and I swear I'm going to get back to the Jericho thing in just a second. This Saturday night in the Lone Star State of Texas, let me come back around to my screen because I want to pull this up because this match is going to be another one that I would love to be able to call. And unfortunately, I will not be able to make it out there. But fortunately, I'll be in Pell City. This Saturday night at VIP Wrestling, ProWrestlingDallas.com. It will be Hanson and Rowe, War Machine, squaring off at Holiday Havoc in 3D against the freaking Dudley Boys. Team 3D. Bully Ray, Devon. This is going to be a tag team match for the ages this Saturday night in Dallas, Texas. Let's see. 10110 Technology Boulevard East in Dallas. So for our friends at the Lone Star State, check that out. Damn. Now, coming back to Jericho. There are a ton of people that I know in the world of professional wrestling who think they have a personality, who think they have charisma, who think they know how to turn it on and turn it off. They think they can be sarcastically funny. Not everybody can. It takes a special gift from the gods. And I'm not talking about Dario Cueto and Lucha Underground. It takes a gift from the gods for you to have that wit, that intellect, and that sense of exactly how to deliver something in an offhanded manner that everybody's going to find funny, but yet serious at the same time. Chris Jericho is one of the best in the world at being able to do that. He's done it for decades. Feels weird saying that, but it's true. Kevin Owens knows how to do that. I've watched him do it in so many different promotions. And putting Owens and Jericho together, we have just created rocket fuel in the WWE. And unfortunately, if you saw the ending to the tag team main event this past Monday night, but the fact of the matter stands, they are my MVP for 2016 because they have managed to get people talking and keep people talking about personality in wrestling. A hard thing to have. Not everybody can cut a good promo. Any idiot can grab a microphone and talk. If you think that is called cutting a promo, you need to go back to Wrestling 101 and know that you need to learn how to cut a effing promo. These two know how. Word.
Well,
go ahead.
My problem with what happened Monday night is the emphasis should have been on the fact that the New Day surpassed Demolition for the longest reigning WWE tag team. Instead, they win this triple threat after already winning earlier in the evening.
Right.
What do you end on?
Well, they did both because they congratulated. They made the comment that with winning that match, New Day will surpass Demolition. But they also have a heavyweight title main event that they have to push for Sunday night.
Eddie, you made the comment. You said that they made the comment.
Yeah.
What it ended up being is Jericho imploding,
right,
and Kevin Owens coming across as the girlfriend that you broke up with that really didn't do something you just don't want to be with anymore. And then you have Roman Reigns, who is supposed to be your up and coming babyface, who did not come out with the U.S. title again.
Got it.
You have him come up and do a Superman punch out of nowhere, heelishly. Like that was a heel move that you just had Roman Reigns do on Kevin Owens. So guess what? Everybody's going to cheer Kevin Owens. So now you've completely, once again, put heat on Roman Reigns by doing that, because he didn't even he waited till as soon as Kevin Owens turned around to Superman punch him and then hold both titles up.
You know, you bring up one very good one that we've discussed in previous days that I want to bring back up. I cannot remember who posted it, but it was Al Snow who wrote a column and a diatribe about it. Babyfaces should not throw punches during the regulation course of a match.
Well, that's fucking psychology, but nobody's raised like that unless you go to Micah Taylor's school.
I'll watch Roman Reigns, who's supposed to be the darling of the situation last night, throwing punches.
Monday night?
Yeah. Monday night, sorry. Who's supposed to be the darling in the situation Monday night, throwing punches while he's getting return fire from Kevin Owens with forearms. The heel is throwing forearms. That should be the other way around. The heel should be the one throwing the punch. I understand suspension of disbelief. This is pro wrestling. This ain't ballet. We wear funnier looking tights than they do.
We need to stop making that comparison. Because guess what? Like, if you ever seen Black Swan,
Yeah, I know.
like, fuck that shit. Which is, Andrew, you never saw that? That's an insane movie. But I will say this: how many times, Eddie, when you and I are doing commentary, do I have to hill out because the babyface throws a punch?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. How many times did you ever see the Unlucky Charms throw a punch?
I saw them throw very few punches, but a ton of forearms.
Yeah, well, there you go. And they're working heel.
Yeah.
There you go.
A punch is supposed to be a shortcut in pro wrestling.
Exactly. That's why the Big Show's finisher move, the WMD, is a punch. A punch, if you've ever been punched in the face, man, you ever seen World Star? Go Google World Star once we're done. I'm telling you right now, you will see motherfuckers get knocked out that are bigger than the Big Show. Anybody can get knocked out. That's why babyfaces throw open hand slaps.
Yep, and chops and bolos and forearm shivs.
As D. David Schultz told John Stossel and all of us,
That's an open-handed slap.
that's an open-handed slap.
Of course, as also Dr. D. David Schultz asked John Stossel, "Hey, how's that floor taste, bitch?"
Yep. Well, you know what? That's how it goes. When they tell you, hey, the one guy you don't want to interview backstage is D. David Schultz. And John Stossel says, what is it? Yes. And John Stossel says, hey, what does the D stand for? They say, death.
Yeah.
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 Like, he was original Dr. Death before Steve Williams.
Yep.
And when Vince sends you out to do an interview with John Stossel, conspiracy. That may be the only conspiracy that that Billy Jack actually was spot on about, but that and pedophiles in wrestling. But yeah, he's lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
James Ellsworth's a piece of shit.
But I also agree with the factor of Charlotte needs to be up there. Charlotte and Sasha both need to be up there because they have had some of the most beautiful matches on Monday Night Raw.
Eddie. Yes,
Charlotte,
yes, they have. Yes, they have. Sasha.
Bless her.
Sasha is, wow. Her bumps.
She could walk.
Lord have mercy. I thought watching a Kyle Matthews bump in 2008 was bad. Lord have mercy on my soul. Sasha's lucky to be walking.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
And there's enough talent. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
I think Roadblock, end of the line. We legally have to say that, end of the line. After we say Roadblock. This is supposed to be it, right?
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord. Bailey, you're up. Bailey,
It's Phil Collins.
Bailey, you're up on deck.
No more.
And Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch. Now keep that fucking storyline going for a little bit. Good God. Can we mention the fact that Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss are fucking killing it?
Yeah.
They are fucking killing it. Charlotte is by far the best women's wrestler we have seen since Trish Stratus, which she will surpass. And guess what? Even though she's not running some type of prostitution ring, allegedly, like Fabulous Moolah did allegedly, and making bitches, be her bitches, guess what? She may go down as the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
And I'm going to shamelessly turn this because this Saturday night, I honestly think that we're going to be pleasantly surprised that much more because of what's going to happen when Tracy Taylor and Malaya Hosaka get together for the first time ever. I can't believe this is the first time they've ever teamed up.
Myself as well. I mean, that this intergender tag match that's going on.
No.
We all know that Stormy Lee has a prostate.
Oh, jeez.
That's not Medea. That's really Tyler Perry. Stormy Lee, I'm convinced, is being played by Tyler Perry.
That was funny. That was effing funny.
This is Medea and Veronica Fairchild.
Taking on
against Taylor,
Tracy Taylor and Malia
Saka. I'm gonna tell you right now, if this match goes Broadway, that's a dude.
Okay, look, if Stormy Lee is a dude, I've got to sit back and say she's a hot damn dude.
You and everybody else in that arena. All the other dudes in the arena, I'll say.
Jeez.
I haven't had his eyes. I haven't had his eyes.
Say what?
I said except for Xavier. I had to hide his eyes. He couldn't see that.
There you go. Are you talking about a couple of months ago during that match?
Yes, sir.
July 30th.
That'd be the one.
Yeah. There was no music. No.
Eddie.
I just started texting Mabo and Billy, and I was like, holy shit.
I saw Mabo and Billy immediately become interested in that match. I knew something was going on. I saw you covering Xavier's eyes. I looked at Eddie, and I said, oh my God. And then I was like, what are they chanting?
What are they singing about?
There may not have been music, but there was lip sync.
There was a definite chant going on, too.
Yes.
They were singing praises. It was too common.
Look,
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of sock puppets,
Sock monkey puppet.
but sometimes sock puppets only go so far in wrestling.
I just say, wasn't that the one time I actually forgot to bring my damn camera to Pell City?
Right?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
July 30th.
Son of a buzzard.
Eddie looked at me. Eddie muted his microphone and said, I forgot my camera.
I forgot my freaking camera. The 1 month I forget my camera. I haven't even transferred the stuff from November onto here.
Dude, we're going to die. None of us are going to have jobs. You're not going to be... They're going to have hire a doctor
Yeah.
at GCW.
Or a parent.
And it's gonna be
it has to be
fucking-
a license. Or something.
Well, Ed and I are going to be out of jobs.
Only two. No, not
I think we should be the ones to call the action on SmackDown's Friday night, Tuesday nights.
I would not be opposed to that. In fact, I would be in total favor of
So
that.
we'll say we're going to end the show about like 1:20, and everything after that, everybody that really listens to us live.
No,
will
actually,
listen to
this
the
would be more like Smack Talk. Or Talking Smack.
show. Yes, because guess what? Guess how many fucks Daniel Bryan gives?
None.
Brian gives
Zero.
0 fucks.
Daniel Bryan gives 0 fucks.
Eddie, have you had the opportunity to ever see a Talking Smack?
I've seen 2 of them, and that's it.
Dude, Daniel
Jesus.
Bryan gives 0 fucks.
He does. It is a total shoot. Every time they let his ass get behind
Dude.
the mic, and they,
Yes,
of course, they have to let him do it.
dude. He
It's
made a fist,
amazing.
he
You
made a-
owe it to yourself to watch it.
I
he
probably-
made a fisting joke a minute into Talking Smack.
Oh, God.
It was a threefer. He made
Yes,
like
it was
3
3.
fisting jokes.
It was
in
such
one.
a meta joke that when Dean Ambrose, what do you call Dean Ambrose? What do you call Renee Young?
his old lady mama wife.
His mama wife.
Yeah.
That's what it is, mama wife. Because Andy swears to God that she looks 50.
Well, she looks way older than him.
Renee?
Yeah, Renee Young.
She looks older than Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
You get Renee Young's reaction as
In the up close and personal.
when
Yeah.
you lean back 3 feet from Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh my God," he said 50. He said 50.
Tell you what,
No.
let's go ahead and take the bottom of the hour, because there's some other things that I want to ask you about, because I know you weren't there to see it live, but you're going to get a chance to watch it on not just DVD, but I'm going to make sure you see the match.
No.
Take us out.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. The To Be Determined Show. We are live, ProWrestlingRadio.net, as well as BeyondRingside.com. When we come back, we're going to talk about P-Dog being your new Peach State Heritage Champion.
The To Be Determined Show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Monroe, Fast Eddie Lane, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
We have like 17 minutes left in the show before I pass the fuck out. The To Be Determined Show. I'm the Oracle of Ominous, the architect of the Mystery Evil, the Wicked Nemesis.
You just gave me flashbacks to the day when we were doing this show at Z90, Planet Rock 92.5 at the JT Roberts building in Roebuck.
Well, that's what happens whenever you get shit-faced at your own house.
No,
Eddie,
seriously, let me look.
Yeah.
Eddie, I wasn't able to be there due to concussion protocol. I think is what this line reads.
It is.
Oh. So, yeah, I got hit with a chair. Like I've never been hit with a chair before. Eddie.
Yes. See, I'll be honest, I wasn't in favor of it, but the president of the company was like, you know something? Wick took a nasty chair shot a couple of weeks ago. Akbar took a DDT that ran his head straight through a damn canvas. So just to be on the safe side, they wanted to make sure that both of y'all were going to be okay. That's why the president of the company opted to hold both of y'all out from ringside that night, or this last Saturday in Carrollton, Georgia. And the fun part about the whole scenario is, I will say this, and for as much as I have fun watching you at ringside because nothing gets by you, there's times when I enjoy watching Alazi Akbar, Prince Akbar, just as much because so much does get by him. It's like, no. But no, in all seriousness, I know the two of you are going to be back in full force on January the 7th. Because coming out of last Saturday night, when P-Dog Mike Posey and Shane Knowles, Big Daddy Shane Knowles, went one-on-one in a one-fall 10-minute time limit match, Shane threw the kitchen sink at Posey, had him so close to tapping out right at the end. And Posey, and I mean, like I said, Shane was relentless. And you can tell what you have imparted to Shane Knowles, as well as some of the other lessons he has been picking up, they have been paying dividends. But Posey was just in that one position where he was bound and determined to not give up, and I thought that he had passed out because he just became completely motionless as the final bell rang for the 10-minute time limit. Well, Posey was able to move around, got himself composed, started to leave the ringside area. Shane asked for the crowd started chanting 5 more minutes. And Shane jumped on it. Shane said, they want it, I want it. How bad do you want it? Will you give me 5 more minutes right now? Posey grabbed the microphone and said, no, I'm not going to give you 5 more minutes tonight. January 7th, I'll give you 5 more minutes. As a matter of fact, his exact words were, not only will I give you 5 more minutes, but I'll give you 30 minutes in a 30-minute Iron Man match, and that way you can see what you've really got. So on Saturday, January the 7th, Peach State Wrestling Alliance, Carrollton, Georgia, it will be P-Dog Mike Posey, seconded by Prince Alazi Akbar, facing off one-on-one in a 30-minute Iron Man match against Shane Knowles, seconded by the necessary evil, the wicked nemesis. Now, for those who didn't get the memo, remember this match was made early in the night, and I signed off on it during intermission. The 25-man Heritage Rumble Invitational. You had some great action from start to finish, including some things that pissed me off. I've had to go back and watch the replay. And I made this reference Tuesday night on Back to Basics, and I'll go ahead and reiterate it here. When Bill Behrens, seconded by Tristan Michaels, came out to the ring, and here comes Rick Michaels out to the ring, torch in hand, ready to blow fire. Bill Behrens hit his rabbit and jumped on that little sumbitch and started skedaddling. And yes, I just used the Bullet Bob skedaddle. And my grandmother too. Well, Rick let loose with the fireball to the point where Bill left the ringside area. And Rick continued to give chase. Well, I decided to make a little twist. Since Tristan Michaels wants to be everybody's second now, and wants to get away a little bit from his duties as the senior official, I said, you know something? You want to do this so bad? You're in. I made Tristan Michaels take Bill Behrens' place in the Heritage Rumble Invitational. I had to go back. I was called to the locker room by the president of the company because I had to settle some things out in the paperwork for the Georgia Athletic Commission. I didn't know some things transpired while I was backstage. Had I been at the stage and I'm able to see everything that happened, yeah, I would have definitely earned my keep and then some. But I think I did at the end of the night. When it came down to Sal Renaro and P-Dog Mike Posey, and Jeremiah, the Gladiator, started sticking his nose in the situation, trying to get Renaro's attention, because there's bad blood between the two of them. There is. Renaro got Jeremiah, but P-Dog got Renaro and dumped him over the top, winning the Heritage Rumble Invitational and becoming the new PWA Heritage Champion. There's times when the grass is as green under my feet as it is on the other side of the fence. I decided to do something that the fans would appreciate, and I mean that humbly and sincerely. As I saw the moment, I snatched that moment. I went down to the ringside area. Jason Boyd was kind enough to give me the microphone. I congratulated Mike Posey on becoming the new Heritage Champion. I believe that he should have an opportunity to defend that title, and I believe that there should be something that the fans genuinely want. So on Saturday night, January the 7th, that 30-minute Iron Man match between P-Dog, Mike Posey, and Shane Knowles is now a Heritage Championship match. Get ready. It's going to be fun. Wick, your thoughts on that one?
That sounds amazing. I hope Shane is up for the challenge.
So even though you weren't there this past Saturday night, you're going to be working overtime in an Iron Man match on the 7th of January.
Think so, yeah.
I have no idea. I may retire before then. You never know.
You better not.
Right.
You never fucking know. So, congratulations to Shane for being in this opportunity.
There is so much you want to say right now, and I can feel the disturbance in the force.
No, our dog is actually hung under our bed.
So your bed's trying to do doggy style?
I guess so. Like this, our crazy dog.
Yeah.
Like she's fully hung under the bed. Iris,
This dog is like 135 pounds.
She's always like, you're too big. Come on, back out.
Good
bitch.
God.
Back out.
Anyways, that was so funny. I was trying to
I'm
be
sorry.
serious,
I know,
and I watched
I'm
this
sorry.
dog just fuck that dog. Fuck you, dog. We're trying to talk about Peach State. So big shout out to Shane Knowles.
Yeah.
And big shout out to P-Dog. Because guess what? Dylan Cook, you're on deck.
Yep.
Am I right? Am I right? Eddie?
Dylan Cook's
Eddie?
on deck. You damn right he is.
Eddie?
Yes.
He's in Fuego.
I really want to go ahead and bring back, and I think I just might be able to find it. Yep, almost right there. He will be in Fuego.
There you go. Yeah.
Yay.
Eddie, what does this radio station have upcoming, and what does Beyond Ringside have upcoming for all our shows?
It's going to be a crazy week. Tomorrow night, that is going to be Thursday, December the 15th. The Shooters Gallery goes live, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Yours truly, along with Shane Knowles. Got a lot of ground to cover, whether it be going on to the NBA, whether it be getting ready for the upcoming college football playoffs. Lane Kiffin getting ready to go to USF. From there, you've got a full pro docket on the agenda for this week. It's going to be some good games coming up. From there, the trifecta is back on Sunday, the 18th. Beyond Ringside Live, Corner to Corner, and the Midnight Black Mass all wrap up their 2016 broadcast seasons this coming Sunday, the 18th. From there, back to basics on the 20th at its regular time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central Time. Feels like I'm missing something, and I know I'm not, so I'll get it right in a week or two. From there, beyondringside.com, I'm working on trying to get everything updated. I'm trying to get back in the groove of things. Like I said, for me personally, I'm looking forward to this coming Saturday night, Pell City, Alabama, the 17th season's beatings. Tuesday, the 27th in Atlanta with AWE. That 2 stacked cards. I mean, look, 2 companies, and actually a third one if you look at Peach State from this past Saturday. 3 great companies that are looking to wrap up 2016 in true style, and it's going to be a lot of fun this coming Saturday. And also, you've got some great events coming up all across the country. Folks, if you're done with shopping, if you're not done with shopping, if you're tired of being around the TV set, get the hell out of the house, enjoy some shows, enjoy opportunities to get out and be a fan and cut loose, blow off steam, and be yourself for a little while. That's what this business is all about. Scrap the attitude, forget what you think you know and what you do know. Go find a show that is close to you, make the financial and the emotional investment, and just chill out and have fun, because that's what it's supposed to be about. Plain and simple. For me personally, FastEddieLane.com is on the verge of getting a whole damn facelift, or at least getting updated, whichever is going to be easier, I don't know. But also at FastEddieLane on Twitter, and on Instagram, and I'm trying to get stuff caught up all the way across the board on those situations as well. Wick, it's on you.
Angie, how can everyone get in touch with you?
On Facebook, AJ Chetharian. On Twitter, Angie Nemesis. And on Instagram, Ginger Goddess 1.
Look, our goddamn dog just walked back in here and just totally just flopped down and made the loudest noise. Eddie's trying to put over the show. Iris, go fuck yourself. Eddie pays the bills here. You fucking go lay down somewhere else, you stupid bitch. This Saturday, GCW Pro Wrestling. I will be there. I will be in the corner of the Night Prowler and Mudbone. And I will come out the babyface door with Spiral against the monster. Tokyo Monster. Haggis. You can find me at Wicked Nemesis on Twitter. The Wicked Nemesis has a Facebook fan page, and the Violent Gentleman, as well as the Merchants of Death. For Fast Eddie Lane
Folks, I hope y'all have a great week. Keep kicking it at Overdrive, and let's have some fun.
For Angie Nemesis,
I hope to see you all out Saturday at GCW in Pell City, Alabama.
I'm the Orc of Ominous, Architect of Intellect, the necessary evil, the wicked Nemesis. Good night, good luck. Live your week to be determined. Don't be a maybe, be a definite. Forever forward, violent gentlemen.